Hi everyone, I'm Tricia Clemens with MuttButs.com. I have been talking the last couple of weeks in regards to your business's online identity. I've talked a little bit about your domain, also your hosting company. Now I want to talk about your website security. And that basically means that when you look at your website at the URL, does it have just HTTP or does it have HTTPS? That is the security. That S is what you're looking for. And basically, let's talk a little bit about why this is important for your website online. And it's because of Google. Google has come and decided that it wants to include in the search rankings whether or not your website is secure. So basically, if you do not have a secure site, you will probably come up much lower in the search engine rankings as opposed to if you have that S on the HTTPS on your site. So you definitely want to make sure your website is secure. Now, this is something that Google has really implemented more the beginning of this year, 2018. It is something that in the past it was really mostly important for websites that sold products, sold services, or you had a portion of the site which you had to have a password set up. That in the past was when it was important, but now Google really wants every website to be secure. You want to make sure you've got that security on your site. And because that's another thing, along with being mobile friendly, also along with your page speed, you want to make sure it is secure. So like I said, what you'll do is, if you want to see if you have a security on your site, what you'll do is you will type in your website in the URL at the top and see. So for instance, I'm at MuttButs.com. When I type that in and I look, it will have a image of a lock on it, and if you click that lock, it'll say the connection is secure. If you go to a site that does not have that lock, and I'm sorry, this is on Chrome, Google Chrome, that's where you're going to see this. Other browsers may have something similar. If you go to a site that does not have the security, it is just going to have HTTP, and then right there next to it, there are going to be the words not secure. And then if you click on that for more information, it's going to say your connection to this site is not secure. So that is basically Google telling people that the site's not secure. We're really not sure what you're going to find when you get there. So you want to make sure you have the security on your site. It is not that hard to do for your host and for whoever is managing your website. Basically, you get an SSL security certificate. Now, I will caution you, if you like to do the DIY approach, you can easily get your SSL security certificate. But I would recommend that you have someone, your hosting company, your website, whoever is managing your website, talk to them. If you don't have it, tell them that you want it and have them do that for you. The reason is because there are things that Google looks at, and it's called Kanaka Order, and I'm not sure I'm really saying that right. It's a technical issue, but basically you want to make sure that it comes up, that you're found, and that the search engine Google has the right version of the data that you want shown. And just to give you an example of what that means, so for my website, MuttButs.com, you can go to the URL, you can type in MuttButs.com. You can type in http://MuttButs.com. You can also type in HTTPS. You can also type in http://www. You can do it with the S as well. So you see there are different ways that you can get to my site. And when you have your security certificate, you need to make sure that that's done correctly so that Google knows what to show people. And that's something that's a little more on the technical side, and you want to have someone do that right for you. Now, the other question is, what exactly does this have to do with your social media? So like I said earlier, Google is paying attention to whether or not you have security on your site, and it's going to help you if you have it with your ranking in Google, making sure that your information comes up and is shown in the search engine results. So if you, for your social media, the end game for your social media is to lead people to your website for a sale, purchase, something like that. Maybe not immediately, but in the future. So like, let's say you're going to have something, you may just lead them directly for a sale, or you may have something that leads them to your blog so that they get information and they know more about you. You may also have something that leads them to a freebie where you get their email information so that they can then receive your weekly or bi-weekly or bi-monthly emails so that you stay in their mind. So if you don't have a good secure site to send them to, that's not good for your social media as well. So that's why it's really important to make sure that your website is secure. That it is important to Google, so it should be really important to you. So that's kind of the thing that you want to make sure, remember, anything that Google decides is important, you need to kind of pay attention to. This is something that can easily be done, and some sites may not have it and they're in the process of switching over. And because, like I said before, sites did not always have security if they weren't selling products or services, or may have something that has a password you have to set up. So because of that, a lot of sites may not have it. But earlier this year, Google put importance on that, and people are now making sure all of their sites are secure and have the security certificate. So make sure that yours does as well. Let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments below. I will be coming back and answering all of your questions. But again, make sure your website is secure. You don't want Google Chrome to have a information up there that tells somebody that your site's not secure, because a lot of people may just click back and say, it's not a secure site, I'm not going to continue. That's not where you want to lead people when you have all of your efforts on social media to get them to your site. All right, guys, I will see you next time. I'm Tricia Clemens with MuttButs.com.